Welcome back to the Food Forge. I'm your host, Folk Brave Bear, and today we're going to prepare ourselves a nice Yuletide ham. Why a ham on Yule? Well, some say it sort of symbolizes the pig that they eat in Valhalla, or also the boar ridden by the god Freyr. Honestly, I'm making it because it was given to me, and it looks delicious. But before we get started, we need to know what we're doing. So today we're taking our ham and we're smothering it with pineapple and cherries. Now, we need to get the pineapples stuck all over this ham. There's a number of ways you could do this. You could use cloves. You could, go cut some firewood, take the little splinters of your cut firewood, jam it in there. Or a more modern take on that would be to use toothpicks. Or you could take a whole bunch of knives and just really stick it in there, and really make it look like Pinhead, right? I mean, it's got that texture, right? But we're gonna go ahead and just use cloves. So before we get started, in order of importance, here's what we'll need. 2 Yule goats to represent Thor, because we are going to need the god's help in this one. After all, we're not professional chefs at the Food Forge, we're just idiots playing with fire and chunks of meat. Next, we will need our ham. A baking pan to cook our ham in, and I've lined this one with foil, mostly just for cleanup convenience. We've got our cherries, we've got our pineapples, we've got our cloves, of course we've got our oversized torn mug filled with meat for when things go bad. And the most important thing you need in your Food Forge, a 2-pronged meat fork with an antler handle. If you don't have one of these, you, my friend, do not have a Food Forge, you have a kitchen. First things first, we're going to douse this bad boy in our pineapple juice. Make sure it gets good and covered. Next up, we're going to deck the ham with all these pineapples. As you can see, the pineapples pretty much stick themselves to this thing, even here in the front where we've got a full flat face. But we're still going to take our cloves, which are just big enough to go through the pineapple, into the ham to make sure that they stay in there securely. Don't forget these ones on the front. As you can see, we've got our cloves firmly securing our pineapples in place, so we even got a few slices on the bottom for good measure. Some of these took more than one clove, but that's okay. We're going to pull those up before we eat this thing anyway. Don't want anybody breaking a tooth. Next up, we're going to repeat that same process with our cherries. So something you should always do, twisting these things off isn't too hard, but if you don't take the little plastic little freshness seal off there, you're going to have a hard time getting the top of this thing off. So you want to get yourself a knife, cut that off. Drizzle on the cherry juice. Come on, cherries, you can get out of there. Oh, there we go. Sometimes they need a little bit of help. Then, go ahead and deck this guy out. Secure these bad boys, once again, with our cloves, which are not big enough for this task. Did not think that one through. So we're just going to leave as is. Make sure we've got some cherries sitting around on top of them, because I don't believe I have any toothpicks in the house. So we're going to do what we can with what we've got, as is the way of the Food Forge. There we have it, our Yule ham worthy of the gods themselves. All we have to do now is cook it. And because this ham comes pre-cooked, we're in a great position, because we either have something magnificent that we triumphed at, or a delicious disaster. Now, baking is easy. We're going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees, and we're throwing it in there for 1 hour and 40 minutes to 2 hours tops. So we're going to go ahead and put that in there. But first, a word from our sponsor. We don't have a sponsor. And thus begins the most important part of the Food Forge Yuletide tradition, the wait. nobody said I could carve a ham, I just said I could cook one. Let's see how this bad boy turned out though. Got ourselves off a piece. Gotta make sure we get some there with the pineapple or maybe some of these cherries on it. Well, I think it's pretty good, but I gotta give it to the Food Forge panel of judges. I think our ham is a winner. There we have it, our picturesque and delicious Food Forged pineapple and cherry Yule ham. Everybody at Food Forge, that being myself, Thor, and Bunny, we wish you a good Yule, happy holidays, whatever it is you celebrate. Hope you enjoyed the video.